Welcome back to Racing to Win. Time to preview the feature race on the 8-race card at the Valley Wednesday night. We have group racing on one occasion throughout the year. This is it, the January Cup. $3.25 million in prize money, 1,800 metres, headed by Time Warp. Of course, a winner of the Cup, a two-time Group 1 winner. Eagle Way, winner of the race last year. Southern Legend, third behind Beauty Generation in the International Mile at his last start. Gold Mount, a winner of the Happy Valley Vase at his only attempt at the Valley. Northern Superstar, Simply Brilliant, heads to the Valley for his second start. Horse of Fortune, Citron Spirit, Insatiable, and Denozo has got an outstanding record at the Valley as well. 8 starts for 2 wins and 6 minor placings. Horse of Fortune has been to Chunfa in the last 30 days. So it really is a star-studded field assembled for our feature race of the season at the City Circuit. Let's have a look at the speed map, Tom, and see how things potentially may unfold, with a fairly long run down to the first bend.
Yeah, 1,800 metres for the feature, and the Time Warp, he's going to be the one that's going to be right up on the pace, and he'll dictate from there if he can get away with a couple of cheap sectionals as well off the pace at the front of the field. He'll be hard to beat. The decision for Alexi Bedell is, does he make a challenge or does he have a nice run in the trail? I think he probably opts to have that nice run in the trail. You've got Citron Spirit, who can sit relatively handy, I think, in this. And Southern Legend trialled really nicely the other day. He might get caught to the outside of Insatiable. But Time Warp, if he gets along with a decent clip in front, maybe can get away with a couple of cheap sectionals as well. He could be hard to run down. All right,
we know that's how he races best, Paul.
No, he definitely does. The first one we'll look at here is Eagle Way. Just working with a partner horse, Eagle Way closest to us. He's going really well at the moment, and it was a really good run from him last time, and he's maintained really nicely. So he looks primed to go back-to-back. Here's Northern Superstar. I thought I'd show him. It was only slow work. Karis Teaton aboard for this, but a lot of these horses just did some slow work just to tick them over. And Northern Superstar, I thought, was a great run from him in the only a second start here. And Insatiable as well. You can see the hold he's under. I wouldn't be surprised if Joe Moreira takes the bull by the horns, and he's the one that actually does go up and test Time Warp.
We're going to go back to the Cup, of course, in early December. Time Warp outside of his little brother here, Glorious Forever, who goes on to win. Position there. Northern Superstar obviously came with quite a highly recommended CV from South Africa. He's run particularly well since he's been here. He is going to head to the Valley for the first time, but a very interesting inclusion.
He certainly is. His run, I thought, was terrific, considering this was basically only his second run here in Hong Kong, Northern Superstar. But Time Warp, it was a pretty strung out field here in the Cup. Glorious Forever dominated off the front. Time Warp had sort of moved to his quarters at about the 2:20, but he wasn't able to get past. I thought it was still a gallant effort from him. Zach Purton riding, of course, he rode Eagle Way to win the race last year, Paul.
Yeah, look, if they leave him alone in front, he's only had the one start at Happy Valley and he's won it. Look, he's going to be tough to beat, but I just wonder if the other jockeys will let him do that, dictate.
Yeah, he's got a pretty good record on the clock too, Time Warp, when it comes to Happy Valley. Let's go to an interview now regarding Eagle Way, and it's Silvestre de Souza giving us the update on him.
Silvestre Eagle Way, he's going really well at the moment. You've developed a strong association with this horse this season. What's the key to getting him to perform at his best, do you think?
He ran a great race last time. Maybe things didn't go in his way, you know. It was a very fast tempo early on, and they slowed down, and he just got caught like flat foot, you know. But you know, now it's a different scenario. Going back to Happy Valley, he has won on the course, so the expectation is very big. And you know, of course, we got Time Warp out there, and you know, Zach is a top rider, and he rides the course very well. But we're trying to put our best, and we will give our best in the night, you know.
Since the Vase, you've ridden him in a trial. He won that trial. How does he feel that he's come through that race?
He feels good, and you know, he feels 100% already. So, but probably to win we need 110. So another 10% I need to put on. But it's like they would say, the horse feels great, and the horse is in good form. He looked good, and I think he's in good spirit. So now we'll look forward for a big night.
Well, he started last season off a rating of 110, or won this race last year off 110. Now he's on 124, so he's really come of age.
He definitely, he's carrying 3 pounds lighter. He carried 133 to victory last year. He's 130 with Time Warp in the race. I think he can win it again. I'm going to make him the best. He'll come up a good price, some of these other horses in the race.
All right, let's go back and have a look at the Jockey Club Cup. Now, this is the race that he won in the lead-up to International Day. There was obviously a lot of pace in the race. Goldmount also in the contest and finished quite strongly, and Horse of Fortune as well. Will they get the pace they got in this race? That's the big question.
I guess it depends what happens with Time Warp. Is someone going to challenge him? Is there going to be an insatiable to go and challenge him? Because if there's not, then they could be a little bit unlucky to not get too much pace in the race. This was a really good effort from him 2 starts ago, coming down the outside to beat home.
You see that horse on the rail being eased out of it? That is Time Warp, if you're watching at home. So he's a long way behind them in the end.
Yeah, it was a good run from him. He's in good form at the moment. His runs, every run this season's been good. And look, I think he can win it. Time Warp can be a little bit hit or miss. He needs to get his own way. If he does get his own way, he's very tough to beat. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. But I just wonder, from his wide draws, they just might make him work a little bit earlier on.
And in terms of Horse of Fortune, he's done nothing since he ran in the Kranji Mile behind Southern Legend. He's been very disappointing.
Speaking of Southern Legend, let's move on to him now. This, I would dare say, is arguably the best form on the planet over a mile the last 3 months. Southern Legend finishing here behind, of course, Beauty Generation. We know how strong this form is. Southern Legend has been solid all season without winning.
I think he's a big chance in the race, Southern Legend. They've potentially got a path to Dubai on the radar with him. You look at his Happy Valley form, he's 2 starts for 2 wins. He looked really good in a recent trial as well. He won a trial under Douglas White. He rides. Run down late for third, into third for this effort last time out, but he was still game. He's really gone on with it, I think, since he won the Kranji Mile.
He's unbeaten at Happy Valley, but both wins over 1,200 metres. But that was some time ago when he first got here. He's a different horse now. I think he might be looking for the 1,800, actually.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know if it's mile 1,800, but definitely not 12. I mean, as you say, and look, if a horse can handle Happy Valley, can handle it. Doesn't matter what distance. So
let's move on now to the son of Frankel, Simply Brilliant, who certainly came here with a fair reputation. It took a little bit of time for him to settle in, but this season he's really acclimatised strongly and has run a really nice race to win this. Donoso, I mentioned before, he's got an outstanding record at Happy Valley, but hasn't been in the best form of late. Yeah,
Donoso, of course, ran third in this race last year. You can see Simply Brilliant getting out. Look, he's a really nice horse. He's had the 1 start at Happy Valley. He's been placed. Barrier 8, just a question mark for me.
This was on a good yielding surface in the Chevalier Cup. He finished really nicely recently in a trial as well. He came through a trial with Northern Superstar. He was 4th, Simply Brilliant. Northern Superstar 3rd, and Horse of Fortune 10th. So he's trialled nicely, but this was a really good win last time out. So he's had just a slight freshen up coming into this.
It's potentially going to be a real battle of tactics. We know Happy Valley in itself is a real tactical track. Time Warp out in front, left alone, very dangerous. How will it all unfold? Will they get going early? Will something pressure him, or will something take off mid-race? That's really what we're trying to assess. In the end, Paul, how did you see it?
I think they will. If they leave him alone, then he'll win, but I don't think they will. So I'm going to go with the Eagle Way. I think Eagle Way can win the race. He should come up a nice price. He's just under 6-1 at the moment. So if he stays at, I think he's a really good bet in this. Northern Superstar is the new kid on the block, the unknown, but he does bring Group 1 form from overseas and has run really well here at his 2nd start. Time Warp, you know, as I said, he's the class horse at the moment, and if he does get left alone, he's going to be tough to run past. And Gold Mountain's another one that goes really well at Happy Valley. So I'm seeing some of these closers finishing off this race, but I'm happy to go with Eagle Way. I think he can win it.
I'm going to take a chance here with the Simply Brilliant. He hasn't done a lot wrong here in Hong Kong so far. He's only missed a top 4 placing on 1 occasion, so we're happy to play him each way. Insatiable, I think he'll be there at the finish. Southern Legend and Time Warp, 6, 9, 3 and 1.
It has Group 3 status, but Group 1 runners in at the January Cup. It's a terrific race. I'll side with Southern Legend over Northern Superstar. It promises to be an exciting finish, no doubt. We'll take a break. When we come back, the final 2 races from Happy Valley, 7 and 8.